welcome to Sew Pretty Kitty. This is my vlog all about the things I love about sewing, so patterns and fabric and dressmaking. So if that's the sort of thing you're into, then stick around. Today is a plans video, so I'm going to be talking about some of the things I've got planned for the next few weeks. Today the sun has come out. It's a fairly unusual occurrence here in Britain, so everybody's massively excited and have cracked out their summer wear. So today I'm wearing my Megan dress, which I talked about in a previous video. This is a Tilly and the Buttons pattern. I've made it out of a denim, and I decided to use a really bright yellow for piping around the Empire line and an exposed zip on the back. So yeah, it feels nice to have a dress on. Yay! So plan number one is the Joni dress. Those of you who've watched my previous video will know that I have been steadily making my way through this lovely book by Tilly and the Buttons called Stretch, and I have plans to make the Joni dress. So there's a line drawing of it there. It's got this lovely twist front, and the versions I've seen made up on Instagram look really lovely and flattering. So I happened to find myself in a fabric shop yesterday. I don't know quite how that happened, and I have found the perfect fabric to make this Joni dress. So this is a mid-weight jersey, and it is just beautiful. Look at these giant cheese plant leaves. It's got tropical flowers. It's on a navy blue background, and it has a one-way stretch. I bought myself 2 meters 30 of this. I think that's what the pattern called for, and I plan to make the version with the flutter sleeves. So I've got a picture here of a stripy version. So interestingly, Tilly does not provide a pattern for the flutter sleeves. What she does is a tutorial teaching you how to hack a normal sleeve into a flutter sleeve, which I thought was really interesting actually, because I would have just been lazy and copied the pattern, but I've learnt a new skill. I've learnt how to slash and spread and make a new sleeve, so I'm quite excited to do that. It's nothing, I've never done that before, so I'm interested to see how that turns out. So I've traced all the pattern out ready, and now I've just got to brave cutting that beautiful fabric, which was £12 a metre, so slightly more expensive than I normally would spend on a fabric, but I'm going to wear that dress a lot in the summer. I can just tell it's going to be really lovely and comfortable, and yeah, so that's plan number one. Jolly excited about that. It was from my local fabric shop, so unfortunately I couldn't, there's nothing written on the selvage to tell me what the name of this fabric is, but there are lots of tropical print jerseys around, so looking forward to making that up. So plan number two is a stash busting plan. So this week what I've been doing is going through my cupboard. So I've got a cupboard full of fabric. I am a bit of a collector, shall we say, rather than hoarder of fabrics, and I decided that I was going to use some really good stash busting patterns to try and get rid of some of that fabric and use it rather than have it just sitting there, which seems such a waste really. So the second plan is the Oliver & Ness bucket hat. It's a really lovely pattern. It comes from this book, which is one of my favourite books for children's makes. It's called Little Things to Sew, and the bucket hat pattern is a reversible hat, which I think actually you can get free online now. So head to the Oliver & Ness website if you want this pattern. I can vouch for it. It sort of signifies the change of seasons for me. There's 2 patterns in this book that I've used a lot. The reversible bucket hat for the summer and the mittens for the winter, and I'll just show you the mittens, they're really cute. So yeah, it really signifies the changing season and sort of marks the growing up of my children, because obviously they grow out of these hats, and I've been making them since my kids were probably toddlers, sort of 2, maybe 18 months. So I'm looking forward to making 3 more this summer, because now the sun's out, they obviously need them. So my first bucket hat is going to be for my son, and he's chosen some skull and crossbone fabric. This is a nice cotton which came from Fabricland. I think I bought it last year. And he also really liked this camouflage print in this green colour. So what I'm going to do is make him, normally when I make the reversible bucket hat, the girls choose which side they like the best and then they never reverse it. But I think for his, I'm going to put the camouflage on the inside and the skulls on the outside so that he can change his mind each day. I think he'll find that quite fun to do. So that's the first hat plan. The second hat plan is for my eldest daughter. Luckily she still likes this pattern and will wear that shape hat. So I found some cotton again from my stash, navy blue with red cherries on, and a really nice tiny dot cotton to go with it. So I think those two match really nicely, and like I said, normally the girls choose which side of the fabric they like the best and then don't ever reverse it. So that will be the lining, the spots and the cherries on the outer. And then my middle daughter, she's really fussy when it comes to things that she likes to wear. So I will need to sit down and go through the whole stash with her to try and figure out what she wants. But I did find these, oh, they're upside down, cute chickens. So I don't even remember when I bought this. I'm a bit of a, sometimes what I do is I buy fabric because I just love it, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So I'm trying to stop doing that quite so much. But the upside to that is when you want to make something, usually I've got something that will fit the bill. So chickens with maybe this plain green lining. We'll see what she thinks. The other option for her is these cows. So again, I must have just spotted this. I've only got ½ a metre of this fabric, so I must have just loved it one day and thought, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I'll just buy it anyway. So maybe that could be quite cute, but I'm not sure what she'll agree to, so I'll let you know. So plan number 3 is another Tilly and the Buttons Frankie Baseball t-shirt. If you watched my last video, you'd have seen that I made one of these using some jersey with swallows on with black raglan sleeves, and my husband bought me some flamingo jersey from myfabrics.co.uk. It's a sort of a t-shirt weight jersey, and it's got these tiny little flamingos on it, which are really cute. So I'm on the lookout for some pink jersey to make the sleeves with. So I think I'm going to make the main body of the t-shirt in the flamingos and then have the pink raglan sleeves, because that pattern fits really nicely, and I'm kind of excited to make myself some more t-shirts for the summer. So that is plan number 3. Plan number 4 is a t-shirt for my son using a new pattern that I purchased not that long ago. It's a Simplicity 1605. I liked the idea that this had both men and boys pattern included. So I'm going to make version B to begin with, which is this one here with the short sleeves, and I'm going to use this fabric from myfabrics.co.uk again. My husband bought me a heap of fabrics for Christmas, which is lovely. So this is like a green with stars on. It's quite lightweight, again t-shirt weight jersey, and I'm going to make my son a t-shirt out of this because he's got red hair. He looks really good in green. And I'm going to use probably white jersey for the sleeves. So once I've given that a whirl to see whether or not the fit's nice and the sizing is nice on this pattern, my husband and son really would like to have matching t-shirts for the summer. I thought it might be a bit twee, but that's what they want. That's what they want. So they're going to have probably either a white t-shirt with marl grey coloured sleeves, matching each other, so we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, I'm interested to do some menswear because I've never made my husband anything yet, so that'll be an interesting adventure. Plan number 5 is a kimono, and I've made the Sew Over It kimono previously. I'll try and insert a picture of that one, and I haven't worn it much, to be honest, and I think the reason is it hits me right on the hip, so it's kind of not the most flattering place. But I did make it out of these lovely hummingbirds on this rayon viscose fabric, which is quite sheer and sort of perfect for kimonos. Yeah, I'm not keen. I think it's not long enough. It's either not long enough or not short enough, but it just sort of hits me at the wrong point on my hips. So I have found in my stash, and this was always destined to be some sort of beach cover up or a kimono, this grey blue viscose with yellow pansies and red pansies, and yeah, it's just really lovely. I found that clearing out my cupboard and remembered that I had planned to make a kimono, so that's what I'm going to do. And if I don't end up using the Sew Over It pattern again, I am going to use one of these two patterns that I found in my stash. So I've got Simplicity K1620, which I've never made up before. I think this must have come with a sewing magazine. And version E, which is this one here, will probably be the one I make. Although I'm going to be careful to make sure that I check the length before I cut it out, because I want it to come down just further than my hips. If I don't end up making that pattern, I will probably use this one, which is Simplicity K1108. This one has got a longer line kimono here, which comes down just above the knee, the back of the knee, and that is, yeah, version A. So I'm thinking that might be a bit more flattering. But it would be nice to have something that you can just fling on over the top of a cami top or a vest top, or even a bikini, I suppose, on the beach. So that is plan number 5. And for plan number 6, something to do with dressmaking but not a dress, I have found in my cupboard this lovely vintage Liberty cotton lawn, which was a skirt. So my husband's grandmother, who's in her 80s, gave me a whole load of fabric when she was sorting out her wardrobe once, a few years ago I think it was now, and this skirt was amongst it, and it wasn't really my sort of style, but I loved the fabric, and the fact that it's Liberty, yeah, made me love it more, because I haven't made anything using Liberty fabric. So rather than just have it sat there, I thought what I would do is make some pattern weights with it. So I'm using upturned IKEA tea lights for pattern weights. So I've been coveting all those gorgeous donut shaped ones and biscuit shaped ones that you can buy. So what I've done is I made a template using a piece of card, 20 centimetres by 10 centimetres. And I have interfaced each of these with some really stiff interfacing so that they stand up nicely. And this is my pattern weight. I'm really pleased with these. I think I'm going to love using them too. I think because they've got a bit of a story behind them, it makes it even more special. So I'm going to make 8 of these to hold my patterns flat when I'm cutting with my rotary cutter. So that's really exciting. And I don't know if you've ever made a pyramid out of fabric before, but it's really easy. You just fold the rectangle in half to make a square, and then sew down 2 of the sides, and then when that's sewed together, you take these 2 edges and sew along one of these and leave a gap, and then turn the thing through, fill it with rice and hand slip stitch the opening, and you end up with a really cute pyramid shape. So yeah, I think that's all my plans for today. I hope that you've enjoyed watching, and if you've got any comments, please put them in the comment box below. I love reading your comments. It's my 40th birthday tomorrow, so I promised myself that I would do something really brave that I've been thinking about doing for ages before I was 40, and that was making these videos. So it's been really exciting and fun, and I'm so glad to have subscribers. So please subscribe if you like my videos and give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Thanks very much for watching.